Hello, in good company, family. As we go into episode 5, it is one that I'm super excited about, but I also want to provide a trigger warning for mental health challenges, thoughts of suicide, medication, alcohol, and all things of that nature. So handle with care as you move forward. If you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out to a therapist, mental health professional, or doctor. Thank you and listen with care. Hey, y'all. Welcome to In Good Company with AT. I'm your host, Alexandria, and today I have with me my Lexi Bestie, Tiffany. Tiffany and I actually met because of the Netflix documentary trend. Her TikTok video about the impact of alcohol and Lexapro went viral. For those of you who are not familiar with Lexapro, it's a prescription medication that is used to treat depression and generalized anxiety disorder. It is an antidepressant that belongs in the group of medications known as selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, or SSRIs. And for anybody who follows my TikTok, you've heard about SSRIs. These medications work by increasing the activity of the chemical serotonin in the brain. So when you hear us talk about Lexapro, now you know what it does and what we're talking about. So I commented on Tiffany's video that she shared about her experience, and I was like, yeah, drinking and Lexapro, I don't think they go together. I've had some experiences. And I was shocked at the number of comments and likes on my comment. And it made me realize that a deeper conversation needed to be had. So thank you so much, Tiffany, for agreeing to be on the podcast and just talk about our experiences. Before we start this episode, I just want to let everybody know that everything that we share are our own personal experiences with mental health and medication. We are not medical professionals. This conversation should not replace advice from a doctor, psychiatrist, or therapist. Everybody's treatment journey is a little bit different. So just listen to this for our experiences. We are not giving out medical advice here today. We just hope that maybe by sharing our experiences, someone else can feel seen and heard. We know that sometimes talking about mental health can be hard. So please be kind to yourself and listen at your own pace. Again, thank you so much, Tiffany, for being with me here today. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this conversation, I want to ask you a quick icebreaker question. Since we met via TikTok, can you tell me what is currently trending on your For You page?
It is still the Netflix documentary. It's up and down my For You page. I can't get rid of it, especially um, the Lexapro. Anything Lexapro and Netflix, it is on my For You page.
So you have your video has helped to curate your timeline right now.
Yes. Yes.
Before we get into the video and tell people a little bit more, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself? Who is Tiffany?
Hoo-hoo. Tiffany is a 41-year-old wife and mother. Newlywed. Our 1 year anniversary will be October 23rd. Um, I'm a mother.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I am the mother of a 12-year-old. I'm born and raised in Houston, Texas. I work at a rehabilitation center. I love my job. I love my patients. I love my
Good.
doctors. Um, I I love family. I love loving on my family and my friends.
I love that.
I love spending time with them. Um, and I'm just out here trying to figure life out like everybody else.
Listen, like everybody else. I'm so excited to get to know you a little bit more via this interview. So, what made you post that original TikTok video?
It was the trend that was going on. I was not expecting that outcome because if I would have known it had potential, I would have put myself together. together. I would have pulled my hair back or something. I was expecting my friends and a few family members to see it, kiki, and let's move on to the next. But when I saw that outcome of that post, I was blown away. I was relieved, like, oh, I'm not alone.
And for those who have not seen the video, I know my comment has like 12,000 likes, and that's what
Mhm.
surprised me. How many likes does the video have now?
Right now it's at 200,000, and I think with like 1.2
Ooh.
million views. Right.
Which is
And it's still
like
going.
mind blowing.
It is
Yes.
over a 10-second video with nothing being said. That's
Nothing.
crazy.
Did you realize that so many people had had the same experience when you posted it?
I had no idea. And I'm glad that I'm
Yeah.
not alone. I'm glad that was a relief because I'm like,
Right.
okay, okay, I am not
Yeah.
alone.
Like,
I feel
oh,
this is my safe
oh, this
place.
happens to other people too. Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Can you tell us some of the comments you've been seeing and like the trends that you're seeing in the comments?
The main things that I see is, oh, we're not supposed to do that. No, I wouldn't recommend. And you know the crazy thing? It's not even on the bottle. On my medication
You know
bottle,
what's
it is not
crazy?
on there.
You know what's crazy? I went to a psychiatrist, and that's who prescribed me my Lexapro. And she did not tell me that I shouldn't drink with it. And I was putting my medications in the health app in my phone so it would remind me to take it. And it
Mhm.
came up that you shouldn't drink with it. And I was confused because I had been drinking with it and I was fine at first.
Wow.
We'll get into what was happening after, but I just feel like that's something they should tell us.
That is something that should definitely be mentioned in the process of prescribing that medication, yes.
Yes.
So I also see a lot of
And
people talking about the blackouts, and so yeah,
yeah.
that sounds about right.
And for those of you who are not on Lexapro and have not had these experiences, a lot of people have been saying it doesn't happen every time I drink, but
Hmm.
I would feel like seemingly I felt sober or maybe a little tipsy, and then out of nowhere you're in a
Right.
whole on a whole nother planet.
Right.
So I think for me, like even with my comment, I was like, oh, wait, this isn't just an Alexandria thing. It
No.
wasn't just a one time bad reaction. Like this is happening to the people.
Hmm.
It was really scary. I took a screenshot and sent it to my sister, and I was like, this is really scary and very affirming. I had mixed feelings about it.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
let's back up and just talk a little bit about our mental health journeys. So, what led you to seek additional support for your mental health? What was that moment that was like, okay, I might need some support in my journey?
I think I was to the point of no return. I was in the shower crying. I was sleeping too much or not sleeping at all,
You know,
eating over all day, every day. Um, that was more so of the depression side. The anxiety
yeah,
was more so of my mind racing 24/7. I can't think clearly. I can't focus.
right.
I can't do the simple task at hand because I have just now become mentally drained just from
Yeah,
your day-to-day task. And it was to the point where that it's either I try these pills because I'm in therapy. I'm a PK. I have a praying father, and I know, oh God, I can pray all day about it, but it just was not doing anything. So
yeah.
it's like the Lexapro with my prayer has helped tremendously. So I was just to the point where
A Lexapro and a prayer.
in a prayer,
We need both.
hello, all day, every day, every day. So it was just to the point either I try this and see if it helps, Or if it doesn't, then it doesn't. So I'm thankful that it did.
Yeah, I am too. And I think my journey was pretty similar. So I was getting to the point where just like getting dressed was a hard thing. So I was
Mhm.
overthinking. I could have been going to the grocery store and I would change like 5 times. And at the end, I still wouldn't like what I had on and I'd be ready to cry. And I'm
Mhm.
like, this is not okay, and my
Mhm.
mind would just be racing and I couldn't sleep at night. So I can identify with all of those things and thinking like something has to give. And I'm praying
Mhm.
and I'm doing the things, but when there is something going on with the chemical balance in your brain, sometimes you need to get that medication. And I believe that
Mhm.
God has blessed people with degrees to be able to prescribe medication and all the things. So just using
Exactly.
praying and using your
Mhm.
resources is super important.
Mhm.
So you said you were going to therapy. What was that moment that you realized I don't have to struggle alone?
Well, I have been in therapy since I was a child, elementary. I've been in and out since then. And I believe at that young age, I still wasn't being heard.
Got
I
it.
wasn't the best child. I did my wrongs, but at the same time, I was really, really fighting life at a young age. And I don't think anybody understood what I was trying to say. And as I got older, I got to be around people that have gone through the same situation, who are going through the same situation with
Mhm.
mental health. My older sister would say, do you have a therapist? It's time for you to get therapy. Like, I don't feel like doing all of that. I don't, my feelings that it's draining and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
again to a point of no return. So I didn't have a choice. I had to do something. And I'm not just here for me,
Yeah.
I'm here for my daughter too. I can't not
Yeah.
do anything. I have to figure this out so
Right.
I can mentally be there for her. Because she's 12 years old,
Yeah.
12-year-olds, again, they go through life and it's hard. At that
Yeah.
age, as crazy as that
Yeah.
sounds, it's hard. So I had to get myself
Yeah.
together and here we are.
I applaud you because asking for that help, needing that help, having those conversations sometimes with your therapist, they're not easy. So I applaud you for doing the work,
Mhm.
not only for yourself, but your family. So that is beautiful. What emotions came up for you when the idea of medication was brought up?
I didn't want to be that person where they ask, "Did you take your medication today?" I didn't want to be the friend that you have to walk on eggshells because, "Ooh, I don't know if she took her medicine or not, y'all. So be careful.
Yeah.
You don't know who
Yeah.
you have today." That was the fear.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
not certified crazy, okay? I am just a regular
Human.
41-year-old human trying to figure this stuff out. So that was the only fear that I had. That did you take your medication today? It just rubs me the wrong way.
I feel you, sis.
Yeah,
And I
not a
think
fan.
it can be a lot of stigmas, but what I have learned is some people who are not going to therapy and not taking medications that they may need, they're the crazy ones. It's not us.
It's not
We're
us.
doing the right thing.
We're
It is
doing the
not
right
us.
thing. We in our
So
right mind.
yes, right.
So yeah,
Can you tell me a little bit about the people around you during that time? So you make the decision that, okay, it's time for me to take some medication. Was this something that you shared with your family and friends? Were they supportive?
I have very, very supportive village, no matter what it is.
I
Now,
love that.
I wasn't too fond of expressing it at first, but the
Hmm.
two main people besides my husband, my mother and my older sister, those two were the ones that I let know. And my sister is all for mental health, okay? So she
I love
supports it,
that.
she backs it up, right? And that is my go-to. The village that I have is wonderful, supportive. We joke
I
about
love
it.
that.
I'm good with jokes. Laugh about it. Let's talk about it. Supportive friends, supportive family, understanding. It makes a huge difference. It does.
It really does. I love that you're able to be open with them about it because I think, and we'll
Hmm.
talk a little bit more about this, but I feel like sometimes in the Black community, we don't like to talk about mental health. We don't like to talk about the medications. We don't like to talk about a lot of things if we're being
Hmm.
honest. And I think,
Hmm.
we're breaking down generational curses and all the things by even having this conversation today. So I'm glad that
Hmm.
one, you're able to talk about it with your family, but also that your daughter is able to hear you talk
Yes.
about it and see that she is in an environment that is supportive of her mental health. And I think that is beautiful. So kudos to you, Tiffany, for that.
Yes.
So actually, we're going to go into Black women, mental health stigmas next. What messages did you grow up with around mental health?
I didn't, the only message I got was, do you need to talk to someone?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but is that gonna work? Is that gonna help? I
Yeah,
don't know what I need. And mental health just wasn't a
right.
big thing at my age. And I don't fault my mother because she was doing the best she could. Now my daughter has a therapist and I talk to
Good.
her, I check in with her. Are you okay? She's so comfortable
Love
with
that.
me and we talk and she texts
I
and
love
I'll be
that.
like, do I need to make an appointment? And she was like, no, I'm
Mm-hmm.
okay. I said, are you sure? Like, what do we need to do? Do we need to go for a walk? You need to come in here and lay with me
Yeah.
for a minute? Let's let's figure this out because I don't want her to ever feel or go through what I did at her age.
I love that. And I even love that what you said about your mom, because I think often we can be hard on our parents and thinking like, oh, I wish you would
Mm-hmm.
have done this. I wish you would have done that. What I've had to realize is we're all living life for the first time and trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And people do the
Trying to
best they
figure
can
it
with the
out.
knowledge that they have. I'm glad
Exactly.
that those were the messages. And to your point earlier, sometimes with in the Black community specifically with a religious background, sometimes it could be like,
Mm-hmm.
just pray, just talk to God
Mm-hmm.
about it. And to what we're talking about now, sometimes you need that medical professional, that therapist, that psychiatrist.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so glad that you have that support. Do
Yes.
you feel, how do you feel about the fact that a lot of times in our community, the narrative is that Black women just need to be strong?
I feel like they see Black women being compassionate, being loving, being careful, being honest. Like they see this Black woman doing it all in every way possible.
Mm,
And they feel that we should be able to handle it or carry that weight on our shoulders all day, every day. And what they don't understand is that, and I just told my mama this. I said, my mental capacity for a day is this big. This is the day.
mm-hmm.
I cannot. It doesn't work. And so I
Right.
am quick to shut down. I'll be like, okay, that's enough for today. I'm not doing anything else. I don't want to think about anything else.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make us weak. It's just us figuring it out. And sometimes we don't have the
Yeah.
answers. And
Right.
it doesn't make us stronger than the next person, but it is still, we are still looked at as if we have all the answers and
Right.
we know how to handle life at a breeze, and we don't. We do not.
That part. That part. And I feel like a lot of times it's expected for us to put aside what things we're going through. Don't ask me how I'm doing. Just ask me
Mhm,
to do stuff. And we're just expected to just keep pushing through. And we are humans,
mhm.
not machines. We can't do that all the
You
time.
cannot. I can't.
So when you realize, like, okay, I'm going to need some additional support, did you feel guilty at all for asking for help?
Absolutely not. No,
I
I
love that.
felt no guilt because it's either you want to stick with this side of Tiffany or you want to get another version of Tiffany. And this is
Yeah.
the Tiffany you want. You don't want that other Tiffany. She is unpredictable.
Yeah.
She, the anxiety
Yeah.
left her with no patience, no clear thoughts,
That part right there.
snapping,
Hmm.
irritable. And I'm like, I, I don't care. Now
Yeah.
you can have the world. I do. I have all the patience in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, it really has given me a new level of patience. I also think a lot of the things that I attributed to my personality that I thought were personality
Hmm.
traits were really just my anxiety. So now that I see a calmer side of myself, I was like, oh my goodness. A lot of who I would describe myself as, oh, I'm so type A and this, that, and the other, I think it was my anxiety. I
Hmm.
had to have everything all planned out or else I was going to lose it or get
Hmm.
irritated or just thoughts racing. So I think that's a really good point that you made. That
Yes.
like don't feel guilty. The people should be happy that
The
I'm
people
on
should be
Lexapro.
very happy. I'm
Good,
able to
good.
let people be who they are.
Right. And I think the best way I can describe it is I've been able to let go of the things that I can't control. And before that was
And
so
that's
hard
exactly
because
what
I
it
felt
is.
like I needed
Yes.
control over everything,
Yes.
everything. So, and that way, I feel like it has increased my quality of life because I can let go of those things.
Yes. Yes.
Why do you think that medication can be such a loaded, heavy topic in our community?
I honestly think because they people think depression and anxiety is all in your head. A lot of people think that way. It's like you just need to relax and you just need to you ain't depressed.
Hmm.
You just broke. You're not depressed. You just don't have anything to wear. I'm like, no. I am
Right.
not okay.
And also, all of the things can be true at the same time. All that can
That
be
could be
happening, and I'm
adding,
still depressed.
yes,
Like,
I am
or
broke. I'm sad about it. But that doesn't mean that I'm still not going through what I'm going through.
right. And understanding the term. So there's a difference between being just sad and
Mm-hmm.
being depressed. Like those are different
Yes,
things. Depression is not just a day thing, it's a longer period of time and the feeling of that heaviness and that cloud that comes over you. So I think
exactly.
just people don't understand it.
Yeah, the anxiety side is a whole nother world. I
It's a whole
don't
nother
wish,
beast.
and it's like, I wish my mind could stop. I do. So I can do
Yeah.
the simple things in life. But
Yeah.
it's not
It
that
can
easy.
get and it can get to the point where it's paralyzing. So like
Mm-hmm.
you want to be productive, you want to
Mm-hmm.
clean up, you want to do all the things, but when those thoughts are racing, you can't do basic things sometimes. And I know you talked about earlier sleeping. Those racing thoughts make it hard to sleep.
Just sleep.
So then during the day, you're irritated, you're snapping on people, you're doing all the things, and it's all because
Because
of
you're
the
tired.
anxiety.
Anxiety. Yes. And you said the
Tired.
cleaning up part. And for so long I was like, am I lazy? I can't. I don't have the strength,
I can relate.
mental capacity. I'm like, and then when I spoke to my therapist, she broke it down to me. You're not lazy. Like I said, my mental capacity is here. And this covers just about work. Waking up in the morning, getting me and my daughter out of the door for school and work, going to work, picking her up, listening to all of her drama for the day, making sure she eats
And
it.
girl, when I tell you better than me, because that little circle that you just put up would only handle me getting ready and getting in traffic, and I wouldn't even make it to the workhouse because it'd be gone
And
just
turn
from
it
that.
around.
But I definitely understand the cleaning part because that was another
Hmm.
indicator for me. And then I would get so upset about it because I couldn't do it. And now I'm
Yes.
sad, I'm crying, I feel like a failure, like all of the
Hmm.
things. And it's just like it becomes overwhelming. I definitely understand that. What would you say to another Black woman who is curious about medication but feels ashamed? What would you tell them?
Girl, you are not alone. I can guarantee you 10 women in the one room, 8 of us are on medication. Now, might
Yeah.
be vocal about
Yeah.
it, they might not be, but you have to take care of yourself. Whatever that
Yeah.
entails, like you have to make sure you're okay. If you're not okay,
Yeah.
those thoughts will take over and it will get the best of
Yeah.
you. And
Yeah.
I
And that
don't,
becomes a dangerous place.
yes, you being in your own head is dangerous in the worst way.
Yeah.
And you don't want to live like that. It's nothing that comes out of that. Nothing good comes out of that. So no, I would
Yeah.
definitely let them know. Take care of yourself in the best way.
Yeah.
Set those
And it's
appointments.
better on the other side.
It is. It's such a relief. It is such a relief. There are
Yeah.
still things
That
that I battle with.
I felt that deep sigh you just took. I
It's-
felt that so deeply. Like that is how
it
I
is.
felt once it started regulating in my body, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And you were
I can
going into
breathe.
there's still things you have to deal with. I agree. It's not the magic pill. It's not going
Mm-hmm.
to cure
Mm-mm.
everything, but it does
Mm-hmm.
help. And I think something that you said is really important. Again, not medical professionals, but going to therapy and taking the medication together is combo.
Chef's kiss. Hello.
Chef's kiss. Yeah,
Hello.
yeah, and
Yes.
necessary. So let's get into the alcohol conversation.
Ooh.
The topic that got us here. When did you realize alcohol was affecting you differently?
It took me a while. I was in denial for a while
So,
because I was outside. I stayed 3 houses down from the most popular street. So I could walk outside and hit the party or hit the hole in the wall, hit this club, hit that food truck, or just stay outside and just, you know,
yeah,
have a good time. And in my mind, that's all I
yeah.
was doing. But there was a
Hmm.
time where it had to be one of those blackout moments that I don't recall. And it affected my family, my husband and child. And I got out of the shower
Mm.
one day and there was a 2-page letter on the mirror from my daughter. And I couldn't tell you what I
Oh,
did. I don't know what exactly I said. I don't know how I said it, but I do know that it hurt her
mhm.
and it affected her bad. And the sad part is I didn't stop because in my
Mm.
mind, I still don't think it was me doing anything wrong. I was just having a good time. Like I
Yeah,
didn't have a whole family at home. So I was in denial for a while. But once we moved from that area and I was able to get away from that, I was like, okay, I see. I see. I don't, after my wedding, I slowed down on drinking. Now I do still partake, but
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not blacking out. I have cutoffs.
Right.
I cut myself off. I have a curfew. I'm in the house at 10 o'clock. I'm not gonna play. I'm going home.
Yeah,
So it
I
that
love
has
that.
helped a lot.
I love that because it's not always easy to shift patterns. And I also think that it's hard when you realize, like, especially when prior to Lexapro, you could drink and be fine.
Hmm.
Realizing that, like, okay, I can't drink as much anymore. And I don't
Hmm.
know if your experiences are anything like mine. It's not even a certain number of drinks. Like, sometimes I can drink 2 drinks, and after that, that's when the everything goes out the
It's
window and I
about to
don't
hit
know
the
what
fan.
happened. So I think that is also hard. But I appreciate you sharing that because I know that can't be easy to share. But I think it's so
Mhm.
beautiful that, change is possible and forgiveness is
Change
possible
is
as well.
possible.
How did you start to make sense out of what was happening? And how long did it take you to realize that it might have been a connection to the medication?
It had to be one of those times where I was sitting back just thinking, like, why?
Yeah.
Because the things that I've done, I did while blacked out, but the stories I could tell from what I could remember, it's like,
Remember. Yeah.
Tiffany, if you remember that, imagine what you did that you don't remember while you were blacked
Remember.
out.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when my daughter wrote that 2-page letter, and I thank
Letter.
my sister for being such a big part of my child's life, she had to come down and talk to the both of us. And so I was like, well, maybe. And I just replay those moments in my head, and I'm like, something is just off. And I just don't know
Yeah.
why. I've never had this problem. And then it was like,
Yeah.
dang, it's the Lexapro. I cannot drink like I used to while I am on this
Mm.
medication. It is
Yeah.
affecting my life, and I'm affecting my family's life in the worst way.
Yeah.
Snap out of it. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
well, now that we know what the problem is,
Yes.
let's figure out a different routine. And that's where we are.
Yeah. And thank God for sisters. Every episode thus far, people have talked about their sisters. So I think it's
Mhm.
amazing just to have such great sisters. I have two sisters, they're
Yes.
amazing. So shout out to your sister for coming down and helping you
Right
out
on.
during that time because it does take, at all parts of life, it takes your village being behind
Yes.
you.
Yes.
You're going through this, you're realizing I need to make a change. During that period of time, what
Mhm.
kind of conversations, if any at all, were you having with your healthcare providers?
Um, mm, and no, I don't talk about this at all. I think this might be the first time that I have spoken about this out loud, but it was thoughts of suicide. I couldn't
Mm,
get past the things that I have done, that I couldn't get past the
that regret.
anxiety that, yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't shake it. And as silly as it sounds, because this is fixable. You can fix this, Tiffany. You can fix this. But why fix it when I can just end it all?
Yeah.
And so
And
having those conversations
I don't think that sounds
with
silly. It runs on loop. It runs on loop
hmm
in your mind. So like it might sound crazy for like the average person that does not deal with the loop of
hmm
anxious thoughts, but when it's
hmm
running on loop like that, it gets hard.
it does. And that's that, like, again, this is something you just can't wake up and shake off. You can't go for a run and then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I needed that. No. This is, you need help. And so my healthcare provider, my therapist, even my PCP, she checks on me. Are you okay? Also,
Yeah.
when you're on that medication and you have that I don't give it attitude, it was more so leaning towards I can leave. Will my family
Mm,
miss me? I'm sure. But I'm probably better off leaving than staying here and continuously putting my family what I'm putting them through.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy that you are still here and happy that you have
Yes.
fought through this journey, but it is
Yes.
not easy at all. And that you're
No.
not alone in it. I think that has been the comforting thing, even about social media, as I'm sure you see now in your algorithm. There are so many people that are going through some of the same things and have the same conversations. I even know just from me making the comment, I see so many mental health videos and while this could be a scary place to be, it's so affirming to know that others are having some of the same experiences and that we're not alone sometimes. What has changed for you since you made the decision to be intentional about your alcohol intake?
I am more present. I am aware, a little self control, but um, I try my best to, and I'm not like one of those. I'm not that person that comes home and drinks a glass of wine. I only drink when I'm out.
Oh,
If
yeah,
I'm celebrating with family, I'm not. I don't have to come home and have a drink. I am
right.
good without it. But if I'm out with,
Yeah.
having fun, I would like to, partake.
So you're being more careful, you're being more intentional. You talked a little bit about this, but next we're going to talk a little bit about boundaries because I feel even for myself, um, I have chose just recently that I think I'm going to stop drinking for a while and making those changes, whether you decide to cut all the way back or just cut back some. What boundaries have you had to put in place, especially when navigating social settings, or have you had to at all?
Yeah, that goes back to my curfew. What I choose to drink. I don't do the hard liquor. I will go out for occasions. Now, I haven't seen
Yeah.
my friend in a while. Let's go catch up. If it's a birthday, are we celebrating? That's fine, but I don't have to have the hard liquor. That's one of the boundaries. I can say no.
So, can
Hmm.
you talk to me a little bit about, like, just in a general sense, what does wellness look like for you outside of medication?
That's something I'm working on. Still, I've just never been that. I've just I've never been that person to like my nails, my legs. You see, I am plain Jane,
I feel, which is
but I'm
fine.
trying. I'm comfortable. I didn't, grow up getting my nails done. I didn't grow up
Yeah.
with makeup.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
fine. But I am starting
Yeah.
to try to get myself back in that. I might do my nails. I might put some lashes on.
Yeah.
I'm about to lock in. And it's one of those, you've been saying that for so long. I really have to lock in
Yeah.
with my weight loss and my weight loss journey. So
Yeah.
as hard as that's going to be for me, it has to be done. And so I think that's where
Yeah.
I will
No, for that.
start, the weight loss and the diet. I
Yeah.
do know with your diet, you become a little lighter in every way, in your
Yeah.
mind and the way you
Yeah.
feel,
Yeah.
and how you wake up the next morning. So that will play a big part. I'm not gonna lie. That wellness part is hard for me, but I'm working on it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
since we're now connected and I am now going on my wellness journey, you
Yes.
have an accountability buddy in me. I will be happy. Not just
Thank you.
accountability, but encouragement because I am determined as well. I think just like we talk about with our mental health, we wanted to make changes because it impacts the people around us. It's the same
Hmm.
thing with our physical health, making those changes and just being healthier. And I have
Yes.
found I don't always do it now. I have found that when I eat better, there is a lot of mental clarity that happens there, and I do feel better mentally, and I don't have as much anxiety. So I think it's not just a one step approach we talked about in the beginning. It's not you just get this
Right.
magic pill and you're just going to feel better. You have to
Right.
do all the things. It's a combination approach. So, next, we are going to do the
Okay.
finish the statement game. So, I'm going to say a few statements and then you're going to finish them for me. What is one thing I wish I knew before I started medication?
The level of not giving good is crazy. I have been wanting that my whole life. I used to tell my husband, if I could just have your I don't give attitude, I would be so much better
Right.
in life. And now I have it. And I feel so good. I love it. I love
You
it
can
here.
focus on other things. One thing I wish people understood about anxiety and depression.
Again, it's not just something that's in your head. This is
It's
really
real.
a battle that people fight every single day, every single second, every single minute. And I just need for people to understand that it is real and be
Mm-hmm.
kind. Be kind.
Yes.
Just that attitude, that one thing that might push somebody over the edge and that person
Over the
might
edge.
snap.
Yeah.
It does not take much to be
Yeah.
kind because you don't know what that person is
Yeah.
facing.
One of my favorite quotes is, and I might butcher it, but it's something like, be kind to everyone. People are fighting battles you can't see. You
Can't
don't know
see.
what people are
Hmm.
going through.
Do not know.
And to your point, I may have been calm up until this point, but today,
Mm-hmm. You about to
this
get it.
little bit,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah. So be kind.
That's it. Be kind.
One thing I would tell my younger self.
You're gonna figure it out. It's not gonna be easy. You're gonna have moments
Yeah,
where you want to quit,
yeah.
but don't quit. You will figure it out. You will get through it. You're not
I love
alone.
that. You're not alone. I think that
You're
is
not.
the biggest thing that we all can gain from this
Hmm.
is we're not alone. So Tiffany, I have a few more questions for you before we close
Okay.
out. What does healing mean for you now?
Ooh, a peace of mind. A peace of mind
Mm,
that I have prayed for years. I have yearned for this peace that I now have. And that only just did not come from the Lexapro. Again, my
right.
sister, I'm gonna have to call her when I'm done with this because
Call her.
you
Yes.
you you really show up as the big sister that everybody desires. But she would tell me too, she was like, go to church. You need to have a
Mm,
relationship with God. And although we grew up in church, I
mm-hmm.
strayed. And she was right. Lexapro helps. It does. It helps drastically. But again, Lexapro and a prayer, it's gonna get you through
Yeah.
every time. And so, me and my daughter joined the church and we're loving it. And life
Good.
is a lot better. Oh my God. Alexandria, if you only knew, life is so much better for me. And I cannot be happier with the outcome this far.
That makes me so happy. And you got my eyes sweating because I understand the journey. And while our journeys may look different, I know what it's like to be in that place where your mind is racing or
Mhm,
you can't get out of bed or you're just feeling anxious, disappointed, feeling
mhm.
bad about yourself, feeling like,
So,
am I supposed to be here? Do people care?
mm,
I relate so deeply with that. So to know that you have
I'm sorry.
found, you good, knowing that you have found that peace, knowing that you have found a church, your
Mhm.
relationship with God, the relationship with your family. That just makes me so happy. So, tears of joy. Tears of joy.
Yeah,
What is giving you hope these days?
my daughter,
I love
she
that.
gives me hope to be a better parent, to make sure that she does not go through what I went through. So in order for me
Yeah.
to make sure that doesn't happen, I have to make sure I'm not going through it. And
Yeah.
so she's the only child. Um she does have that only child syndrome. So I do have to, because she'll go off and be by herself. And I'll be like,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
okay, girl? She'll be like, I'll be like, okay. So that she gives me the hope that I need to make sure that my child is healthy in every way. I need her
I
as
love
much as
that.
she needs me.
Love. I
That's my
love that.
girl.
Shout out to her.
I'm big on mental health. So I tell all of
Yeah.
my
Okay.
friend groups, like, most of my friends have therapists, but it's some that I'll be like, look, I, I need you to go check in. I need you to find one.
yeah. Yeah.
Do you want mine? You want the number? And I want my friend and my families to be good, whatever that
Yes.
is. Like,
Yes.
I just want you to be okay.
Yeah. And I think that's also why I'm so transparent with my friends and my family, because I'm like, I never want you to have to get to the point that I did to get help.
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
there's something going on, let's figure it out. It's the middle of the night,
Please.
call me. My therapist says, Alexandra, you can't refer anybody else to me. But I just love her so much. Shout out to Chantel. And I just want everybody to have a Chantel in their lives, like knowing you
I
don't have to
understand.
go through it alone.
I understand.
Just finding a good therapist, finding a good support system for your mental health, it changes you.
Mm-hmm.
It changes you. And you
It
want
does.
everybody else in your life to experience it too. This is In Good Company, the podcast. Tiffany, I know we're just meeting for the first time, but you have been good company for me. You're just such a beautiful person inside and out, and
Thank
you have such a
you.
beautiful testimony. I'm appreciative that you felt like you could share it with me. Thank you for responding to my random DM. But I just really thought it was very
Yes.
important that we talk about these things and continue these conversations. Who has been good company for you on this journey?
My family literally heals me. When I am
I
going
love that.
through depression and I don't feel like being around anybody, but I have to, like a family function or something, I never regret it. My family
Love that.
is is crazy and it's a good time and they love on me. I love on them. We laugh, we joke, and it's just family, that love, that unconditional love.
Thank you so much again, Tiffany, for
Thank
coming
you.
on In Good Company. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and thank you for being in good company with us. Until next time.